Alrighty guys, we're back for some Vampire Mid-Range, and this is a Dominaria United Standard Brew. We're going to go over the deck, then hop right into some ranked, but first things first, for anyone who may not know, I'm Red Cat and I play aggro decks and any decks with red in them as well, so I hope that sounds fun to you guys. Also, we do got that Discord link down in the description if you're interested in joining that up. Okay, what do we got in the build here? We got a couple Rona's Vortex and 4 cut downs for some early removal, which is going to be very important. We got 4 Make Disappears, the deck's only counterspell, and I think it's going to be pretty solid in here. We got 4 Bloodtithe Harvester, just a very powerful creature, and it happens to be a vampire, which is going to be a sweet. Got 4 Corpse Appraisers, also a very powerful creature that happens to be a vampire, and both of these are seeing play in normal Grixis mid-range, which is pretty cool. Bloodtithe Harvesters obviously seeing play in Rakdos and Jund as well, which really shows the power of the card. But yeah, Corpse Appraiser, this is a 3 mana with Grixis colors up there, 3/3, and when it enters the battlefield, you exile 1 target creature card from a graveyard. If a card is put into exile this way, look at the top 3 cards of your library, then put one of those cards into your hand and the rest into your graveyard. So pretty sweet ability, honestly. Both of these cards is pretty good to copy with Reflection of Kiki-Jiki. Naturally, we got 4 Fable of the Mirror in here. Very powerful. The treasure tokens on that first Goblin Shaman, of course, is going to help us cast things later on too. Being able to filter through your hand is so powerful. Do I even have to go over Fable of the Mirror anymore? Probably not, honestly. We got a couple soul transfers. This is a sorcery speed 3 mana. Sorcery speed, I want to say that twice because I've made the mistake in the past of keeping this open thinking it was an instant. That is a deadly mistake to make. So you get to choose one. If you control an artifact and an enchantment as you cast this spell, you may choose both, which could come in handy, and it's very possible to do that in this deck. Exile target creature or planeswalker, powerful. Return target creature or planeswalker card from your graveyard to your hand. Pretty good. I like it. Now we got a couple Karn Sylex in here too, and I actually struggled deciding on what board wipe I wanted to add to the deck. I settled with Karn Sylex. We'll see if that's the correct decision. I'm not 100% convinced right now, but I'm interested to see how good this is actually going to be. 3 mana legendary artifact. It enters the battlefield tapped. Players can't pay life to cast spells or to activate abilities that aren't mana abilities. So what that's going to stop right now in the meta is like Tenacious Underdog, the blitz cost on that. And I can't really think of anything else right now in the meta. So if you guys could think of anything, let me know in the comments because I'm interested. But what this is really in here for is that bottom ability. You can pay X, tap it, exile Karn Sylex, destroy each non-land permanent with mana value X or less, activate only as a sorcery. So this could hit a lot of different things. The main issue in here is it's going to hit your like blood tokens too, so that's going to be a shame. And there's also just like a lot of other cards that it could hit as well. But we need some kind of board wipe, and I didn't really like the other options. We'll go over them in a second though. Got a couple. Sorin the Mirthless, a very powerful planeswalker, can generate some card advantage for you with that top ability. It can give you some vampires with that -2. And the -7 isn't going to be unheard of because like this is a mid-range build and it is going to be possible to protect your Sorin pretty well. -7 is it deals 13 damage to any target and then you gain 13 life, and at that point hopefully you're just wrapping up the game. Now we got 1 Maid of Dishonor in here, and this is a 4 mana 4/5 legendary creature. And when Maid of Dishonor and or 1 or more other vampires enter the battlefield under your control, create a blood token. This ability triggers only once each turn. So that's a pretty cool ability, considering that this bottom ability can help you wrap up games, which is awesome. So for 2 mana, sacrifice another creature or a blood token. Each opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. This is pretty solid, guys. This paired with Fable of the Mirror, or more specifically Reflection of Kiki-Jiki, is very powerful. Not copying Maid of Dishonor, of course, but copying like your Bloodtithe Harvester and stuff. Maybe you could do that on your opponent's turn, for example, get an extra blood token, and then you can pay 2, sacrifice that reflection. Sacrifice the reflections, or yeah, the copy. My bad, guys. I'm butchering some words here, but yeah, you guys know what I mean. Pretty cool. I think it's going to be worth the 1 of in this build. I'm interested to see if it's actually going to put in work today. We got 4 Invoke Despairs on the top end, and what we're seeing with Grixis mid-range is 4 Invoke Despairs on the top end. It's kind of crazy, man. Like, you would think that the mana cost on this would get in the way, but it just doesn't. And then, of course, like the treasure tokens on Fable, our mana base is leaning towards black anyway, so it's going to be pretty easy to cast this Invoke Despair. At least I think it's going to be easy. We'll see, though, right? Got 2 Evelyns, one of the other reasons to be playing vampires. So it's really Evelyn and Maid of Dishonor are the main reasons to play vampires here. So Evelyn's pretty powerful. For 5 mana, it has Flash. That's pretty cool. It's a 2/5. When it enters the battlefield, or another vampire enters the battlefield under your control, exile the top card of each player's library with a collection counter on it. Once each turn, you may play a card from exile. That's each turn. That means your opponent's turn too, which is pretty sweet. You may play a card from exile with a collection counter on it if it was exiled by an ability you controlled, and you may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to cast it. That's pretty powerful, guys. Oh man, this is going to be a sweet top end. Some honorable mentions. Aren't we rebels not playing Reckoner Bankbuster in a mid-range build, huh? Reckoner Bankbuster could be pretty sweet in here. It's definitely something to think about. Celestis could be pretty powerful too. It helps us fix our mana for that Invoke Despair, for example, and overall it ends up gaining you a ton of life in a longer match too, so definitely something to think about. Hostile Takeover is one of the board wipes I was considering for the deck. I think it's too expensive for this particular build, especially with like all 4 of the Invoke Despairs on the top end and such, but it's still a pretty sweet board wipe. Voldaren Estate, I couldn't find room in the mana base. Oh, I kind of forgot to go over the mana base, huh? We do got all 4 of the lounge. We're rocking some Pain Land in here too, so hopefully the Pain Land doesn't do too much damage to us overall. Other than that, the Marsh and the Ridge, of course, leaning towards that black mana for the Despair. Oh, and of course, we got the Abandoned Mire, Crucible, and the Soaring City here. And I was very tempted when making this to drop the mountain and the island to go up 2 more reefs, but I didn't want the Painland to end up killing us every game. So overall, I think the mana is going to be pretty solid, though. Couldn't find room for the Voldaren Estate. We already have 25 mana in here total, too, so I think 25 is going to be perfect. Path of Peril and Vampire's Vengeance are the other board wipes that I was considering. The problem with Vampire's Vengeance is it deals 2 damage to each non-vampire creature, so not only does that hit your Fable's, your Fable token and the Reflection anyways, it's not going to hit your opponent's Bloodtithe Harvester, which is a very common creature to run into. Sometimes you're going to be seeing like Voldaren Epicure being played, and of course the Red Adversary as well. So yeah, Vampire's Vengeance just isn't going to hit as much as you would hope because there's so many powerful vampires that are seeing some play right now. Path of Peril is definitely one to consider over the Sylex, but I opted for the Sylex this time round, and I'm super interested to see if we're going to be bringing up Path of Peril in the final thoughts as well. So destroy all creatures with mana value 2 or less. That's pretty cool. The cleave cost is 4 white and a black, so you would have to use a treasure token to get that cleave cost, or splash white in the mana base, which I don't think I would want to do. The mana base is already pretty strained because we want to lean towards the black anyways. I guess you could like splash it a little bit, but yeah, the treasure tokens on this would be fine, probably. One of the main reasons to not play Path of Peril are very difficult creatures to remove, like the Graveyard Trespasser, right? Where Karn Sylex could take care of the Trespasser, Path of Peril just misses the mark there because, yeah, mana value 2 or less. But then it also lets us keep our blood tokens too, so it's really something to consider, huh? Okay, guys, hopefully I went over the deck well enough. My goodness, there's a lot packed in here. I think vampires are super strong, and I'm surprised we're not seeing more like Maid of Dishonor and Evelyn's in these Grixis builds, because it seems pretty obvious to go the vampire route with the Corpse Appraiser and the Harvester, right? Either way, yeah, I think it's going to be pretty strong. We'll see, though, huh? Let's go ahead, take it into some ranked, and see how we do. Right into that first match, guys. Let's see what the opponent is bringing to the table here. All right. Starting hand, not terrible. No blue source, that's fine. We don't need it for this particular hand. And Fable could get us that blue source. Yeah, make disappear. That makes sense to me. Gonna get that Haunted Ridge down so we have that turn 2 Bloodtithe Harvester. But something to consider is the turn 1 Mire, so you could cut down their turn 2 play. So yeah, something to think about, huh? Let's see if they go for the trade on the Harvester here. Seeing Jund right away. This is going to be an uphill battle, seeing that we don't have all 3 of our mana sources yet. Liliana and the opponent went first here too, so yeah, this is going to be tough, but we could definitely pull this back. We're going to go Fable of the Mirror, and I'm assuming they sacrifice their Harvester just to kill the Shaman. So I wonder if cut down... See, I don't think cut down would have been better there, because we have the second Fable is the thing. They go for the Harvester, so now we have Crucible, we can cut the Harvester down, and we can get the second Fable of the Mirror down. Problem here is they're gonna plus the Liliana, so they have it to -2. Ditch the Make Disappear since we don't have the blue source yet. There's a blue source, that's good. Now we can keep Crucible back too. I'm tempted to ditch the Evelyn, but that could really be something that pulls us back. Do we keep everything here? I think we keep everything here. I think that's fine. Get the Fable down first. They have the blood token open. I think we just do the cut down on our turn, huh? I think so. I don't want anything fancy from the opponent. You never know when they're gonna like pull out a Tamiyo Safekeeping. That would be crazy, actually. I haven't seen Jund with Tamiyo Safekeeping yet, but see, that's a worthwhile trade for us, guys. Them getting rid of their Liliana, that is their 3rd Harvester. Oh, that's our 2nd Harvester. Okay, so Harvester's good. Harvester's excellent. But is it the play here? Do we just keep it open for Evelyn on their turn? I'm gonna decline, and we're gonna play Crucible as a land, and we're gonna say flash down Evelyn. I wonder if they ditch their Harvester to hit the reflection here. They might. Let's just keep Evelyn open though. This is going to be an uphill battle. Infernal Grasp. Nice. That's not hitting our Evelyn. That's great news. So now if they swing in with the Harvester, we can drop the Evelyn. A good block. A great block, but yeah, this could easily be more removal from the opponent. Oh, we hit a Liliana. Wow. So we don't see too much Voltage Surge in Jund right now, so... Liliana! Oh my goodness! Well, I'd say overall, it's looking pretty good for us, guys. Honestly, yeah, another Fable of the Mirror off the top. That's actually pretty huge. We're gonna go ahead and get everything down here. And hope that they don't top deck a board wipe. That would be awful. Because I'm guessing this white is splashed in here for the Path of Peril, huh? They're searching. Get rid of that land. Get it out of here. Do it again. Depending on what it is in their hand, if they have to keep it in their hand, then they might not plus. Oh, tear asunder. Get rid of the reflection. Makes sense to me. They go for the plus on the Liliana because it's not hurting anything. Corpse Appraiser is pretty terrific. We're just going to keep that. We are going to keep that. And then let's go ahead. We'll start with the swing here. Even though we might find something that changes combat, I don't think we would actually. Get that Corpse Appraiser down. Gobble up. Get that Titan of Industry out of here, huh? Oh, man. Didn't even know that was in the grave. We'll go Xander's Lounge. And then we kind of have it if we want to cycle. Like, I'm not going to play that. We're going to keep that open to cycle if we want to. Which we might end up doing. The treasure token isn't that valuable. Yeah, get that land out of here, huh? What are they going to find? That is a GG opponent. Very nice. What this particular game showcased was just how much, like, advantage Fable of the Mirror Breaker gives you, right? How many did we see there? Did we see 2 or 3? We saw 3. Fable of the Mirror Breakers, and it gives you so much card advantage, guys. They didn't see a single Fable, and I'm assuming it's in there somewhere. And this looks like Jund Reanimator, potentially, since it had the Titan of Industry there. But yeah, cool, nice. I'll take the victory. That was a, I thought it was going to be a lot tougher, but seeing all those Fable of the Mirror Breakers and stuff, like, it's just pretty disgusting. The game does everything in its power to pump the Fable of Mirror Breaker into your hand, too, so... like, I bet we'll see it every single game. Watch, now that I said that, we won't see it for the rest of the day. Oh no, I hope not. It's too powerful not to see. Huh. Where's my blue sources? Well, I think this is actually a mulligan, guys. Well, maybe not. We do go first here. We're fine. We're fine, because we can turn 3 get the Sylex down. If this happens to be some aggro, then the Sylex should be able to keep up the pace, right? Because they're dumping a bunch of stuff on the board. Maybe the Sylex has them hold some stuff back. Like, this is a potential mulligan, but overall it's not too bad. We also have the soul transfer. We don't want to get Sylex down. Harvester, terrific draw, very nice. Get that down. So Esper, that could be a lot of different things. Esper has a lot of different decks floating about right now. It's like Esper Legends, which is pretty scary. Esper Midrange, there's a blue source, nice. Keeping the Make Disappear open is probably better than getting the Sylex down, because Make Disappear hits a Rafine if they want to turn 3 Rafine, so if anything they might just pass the turn. They go Wedding Announcement, and that is a beautiful Make Disappear for us. That is a beautiful one. And I'm just gonna keep the blood token. We have the Sorin for next turn. Nice, that's good. Get the Shipwreck down. And I suppose we'll start with the swing here. Get the Sorin down. And do we want to go -2 or +1? I guess +1, right? Yeah, that's a GG. Well, nice. I'll take it. Yeah, we got so many powerful cards packed into this, guys. Like, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised by it. Sometimes I'm really shocked by the concedes, but yeah, we went first there too. We had a lot going for us there. That Make Disappear on the Wedding Announcement was really powerful too. Like, taking that out of the equation early on. Alright, I'm feeling good. Let's see if we can maybe get a win streak going here. The last video I recorded was the Frog Aggro, and we had a 4-game win streak, which felt pretty good, so... Overall, I'm on a win streak over here in Ranked, so hopefully we can keep it up. See, we go first, all of our late game. There's so much we can draw here, and again, no blue source in our opening hand. It's fine. Like, we don't need the blue source in our opening hand. Start with the Haunted Ridge. Because it's not like we have a cut down or anything. Concealing Curtains, that is concerning. Okay, we have cut down now. We're gonna wait, though. Cut down's a good draw. Early removal's good. Tenacious Underdog. Let's hit the curtain over the Underdog. How do you guys feel about that? Curtain's particularly bad on turn 3, and Underdog we could always... Okay, that's another land. That's not great. Yeah, I think it was Curtain over Underdog. Maybe. Here comes the Trespasser. Another Underdog. Okay, pretty scary. We definitely got to get Sorin down this turn, and probably get Vampire. If they double swing it, that just helps us live longer. I think it's Vampire. A trade into Underdog's pretty good. We have a lot of cards in here that kind of stop Underdog, so double swing at Sorin is pretty good because we get the trade. Sorin ends up... oh, cut down. Okay, yeah, that kind of sucks, though. But I would swing face because I'm an aggro player, though, and and I'm crazy, right? But yeah, no, they don't want us to go -2 on the Sorin. But that's so much damage on the board, you know? Okay, sweet. So Evelyn is going to be open. Invoke Despair is really good, too, though. Invoke Despair is pretty good. Yeah, we probably just want to do Invoke Despair, huh? While we can. Yeah, let's do it. 1 damage. One of their Underdogs is gone. They get to blitz it back if they want, but if that's all they do for their turn, like, that's not that bad. There's our blue source. The game thinks we're playing Rakdos. Oh, we also had the Xander's Lounge as a blue source, too. Okay, it's going to be Concealing Curtains and the Blitz for the Underdog. No, they're going to check out our hand. Oh. I guess Power Up Bankbuster. This is going to be a 7 swing. I'd say they want to hit Evelyn here. Although the Soul Transfer is pretty powerful, too. Was there a better order of things here, guys? Probably. I probably could have played this one better. Going Sorin and that, well, the instant cut down was pretty bad, huh? Other words, that would have been a solid play. Yeah, this is a tough decision. I don't blame the opponent for thinking here. Because Soul Transfer can, okay, yeah, Evelyn was probably the best bet, though. And then Make Disappear is getting worse as they continue to get more and more mana. So Abandoned Mire is pretty good. We're going to go ahead and get this down over the Lounge. And we're going to take care of that Revealing Eye, and we're in danger. We are very much in danger. Oh, we're dead, aren't we? Yeah, Bankbuster kills us. Is there anything in our grave that we can bring back with the Abandoned Mire? I don't think so. I think the opponent got us. That lined up quite nicely, and I think that I could have just played this one out a little better. Yeah, the Bankbuster kills us regardless. They blitz back the Underdog. So I wonder then, instead of the Invoke Despair, we could have kept the Evelyn open. And so they obviously have the 2 to pay for the Make Disappear here. That's a shame, huh? So actually, if they would have missed that 1 swamp, then we would have had that extra turn. But I don't think that extra turn would have done much, honestly. I don't think it would have done much. Even like if we top deck like a Karn Sylex, it enters tap. So good game, opponent. Good game. Yeah, I think I could have played that one better. That's going to be one that I go back in the video and watch and kind of see like, oh yeah, maybe if I would have done this instead of that. Like, keeping Evelyn open instead of the Invoke Despair was probably a much safer play overall, and then Evelyn would have been on the board, and maybe the opponent would have struggled to get rid of it, you know? Because it blocks really well, it gives us a lot of card advantage, so... And then on the next turn, drop the Invoke Despair instead. One of the things I really like about the opponent's line of play there was, instead of getting super greedy, they went for the Revealing Eye to see what was in our hand. And then they got rid of the Evelyn, which was really good. Okay, it's a slow hand, but like it's at least we have all 3 mana colors. Okay, some probably Selesnya enchantments here. Hello, opponent. Hello there, buddy. So Circle of Confinement definitely hits the Harvester, but I think it's still worth playing Harvester, right? Probably, because then they don't take our token on the Fable. And then Invoke Despair eventually breaks the circle, which will bring back our Harvester for more blood. So, nice. Yeah, I like it. So, unfortunately, the Naturalist is going to let them cast a couple different things here. Oh, Spirited Companion. They decide that the Harvester isn't that big of a threat right now. Oh, no, there they go. Opponent dumping their entire hand here, and Invoke Despair, they can just go ahead and sacrifice the Companion as the enchantment, so let's go ahead and get this down. We got a terrific hand, guys. We really do. A couple Invoke Despairs is no joke. We have the mana to eventually cast both of them. The big issues here now is how much damage is the opponent going to be able to do early here, and the Reign of Truth... The Reign of Truth is really bad because if... Okay, so they could have copied it with Weaver too, but yeah, they wanted to play the wedding announcement. That makes sense. Woo, buddy. Do we take 10 and have Invoke Despair ready for next turn? Probably not, because they have the Reign of Truth here. So if we chump, we survive just a little bit longer. 1, 2... What did they get rid of? We can't take 10. I don't think we can take 10. Getting greedy and swinging in and then dropping Invoke Despair next turn might just be... Like, we might just die, you know? Let's ditch the Reef and see what we can find. I don't think we get rid of Sorin because that's our play this turn if we don't find anything else. And then keeping the other mana. Okay, Sulfurous Springs, not the best. Let's get our chump blocker down. We need to survive long enough here. And it's not looking great. This is looking pretty scary. The opponent is stacked. What a line of play. Like, being able to just pump everything onto the board. One of the things I've really enjoyed is the inclusion of Spirited Companion in these Selesnya enchantment builds. It's pretty sweet. Block the Naturalist, taking 8, going back up to 7 here. We're in danger. We are super in danger. The Reign of Truth was perfect for the opponent. Another mana. Oh, that's bad. Alright, let's see what they end up getting rid of when we drop the Invoke Despair. Let's see what they end up getting rid of, because I think it's just going to be Weaver and Companion. Well, maybe not. Companion was definitely one. Well, that's the creature. Now, what enchantment do they get rid of? I doubt it's Wedding Announcement, but if it's... Okay, it's going to be the Michiko's Reign of Truth. Another land off the top. We're at 7, guys. I think we're going to have to get rid of Sorin here. Here's why. Oh, but it's so simple, right? It could be Circle of Confinement, copy with Weaver, and then get rid of our entire board. We're probably going to keep Reflection open for their turn to copy the Vampire as an extra blocker. Second Invoke Despair is going to be able to do a lot for us. Ooh, they're going to copy that to draw extra. Oh, that's so bad. They have 6 cards in hand. Oh, they still have 2 mana too. Okay, good. Do we take the 3? Do we take the 3 here? We could double block. Could totally double block. We just don't know what's in their hand. I'm going to double block, guys. I hope that's fine. I realize that we could copy this and get more life gain. We're not drawing terrifically here. Drawing a lot of mana. Get to keep our life gain. That's good news. Another land. Another land is bad, guys. That is very bad. We might want to start with the blood token. Because we might find something more important than the Invoke Despair, but I'm pretty sure it's Invoke Despair. Okay, Crucible gets us more chump blockers. I'm pretty sure we still just do Invoke Despair here, though. Okay, that's their creature, that's their enchantment, makes sense to me. And another land! Oh no, guys! Do we swing? We'll go up to 11. I think a Reign of Truth would, or a couple Reign of Truths would probably just be the end of us. Going up to 11. I don't really want to chump the Weaver. Yeah, what the heck, we'll swing. It's not looking terrific for us, so we might as well just attack here and see what the opponent has. Because they have so many cards in hand, at any point this could just be a GG. Catilda. Wow. Oh, Catilda's so bad. Oh, Rona's Vortex, that's good at least. Well, we have the mana to cast it, that's... have the mana to kick that, so... So this has protection from vampires, very easy to forget because Catilda is stacked. Can't be blocked, targeted, so... Rona's Vortex, we're just going to do it on our turn, because I think some of them are still rocking. Tamiyo's, well, we could just bounce it to hand and keep Crucible to, no. We're going to take this out of the equation. Get it out of here. We do, yeah, some of these are still running Tamiyo's safekeeping, so while they're tapped out, probably the best bet. And now I guess we keep it as a blocker, but it's going to be so easy for them to buff things with the Generous Visitor. Yeah, what an uphill battle, huh? You know what would be great? Another Invoke Despair off the top would be amazing. We had a lot of land here instead of some of our removal too. Like we still have 4 of our cut downs in the build too, so we definitely could have drawn better here overall. Second Catilda, oh, that's gotta be the nail in the coffin, right? I think we're just like super dead. Yeah, another land, that makes sense to me. Let's go ahead, let them play this out. That's a decent swing, and if they have that one incredibly annoying quest where you gotta attack with creatures, then that helps them get that done, and we have time. We have time right now. We're fine. Yeah, GG opponent, man. Oh, Celestial enchantments are still so stacked. Very scary stuff. A little bit of early removal could have gone a long way. Drop the good game. 50% total win rate so far with the deck, and honestly, I think it's only up from here. I really do. I do think that this is one of those decks that you can easily climb with, but maybe I'm wrong. You never know. I might be wrong. I do think that Grixis Midrange has a lot to offer, and I think making it go into the Vampire route definitely doesn't weaken it by any means, so we'll see. In that particular match, we could have drawn much better overall. And I'm trying to think if there were any plays that I could have done better too. Maybe. Maybe there's one in there that I missed. We go first here. Good hand. Not bad. Early removal if we need it, because we got the lounge. Yeah. Yeah, I like this. Soul transfer eventually. Go Sulfurous Springs here. Okay, another Invoke Despair. Though, unfortunately, Corpse Appraiser doesn't hit anything here, so we might just not do anything. If this is control, that's a shame, because we are not set up. We do not have a great hand to go up against control. Maybe we do go Corpse Appraiser. If it is control, then it's nice to have something on the board. Nah, I'll wait. I'll wait. We don't know what it is yet. It's Esper, but... Are they gonna pass? Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, we have a lot of our 5-drops in our opening here now. It's gonna be Thalia, huh? Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, let's see what we draw. Oh, another Evelyn. Oh no, guys. Oh, we're drawing so bad. Alright, I'm gonna get the Corpse Appraiser down this turn as a blocker. It blocks Thalia well. And, yeah, not the greatest draws. I still have a lot of confidence in the deck, though. There's a Rafine. Yep, makes sense to me. And give it a counter, so that way it has first strike for Corpse Appraiser. Yeah, very scary stuff, guys. Oh, man. So if we draw a mana, we're still in danger, and we'll probably have to hit Soul Transfer on the Thalia. Here's the thing, if they don't give this, yeah, if they don't give it a counter, then we block really well. Okay, nice. We got the mana, that is huge. We have the Vortex available. This has a ward 1, which is disgusting, but at least we have the Soul Transfer. Oh, what if they have, you know what would be crazy? If that's a Spell Pierce. I'm doing it. I'm doing it on our turn too because, yeah, okay, good, good, excellent. Because a deck like this could be running Make Disappear. Oh, we have to do it on our turn. See, I did it again, guys. This is sorcery speed. Be very careful with that. Ah, man. My brain wants it to be instant speed so bad. Oh, man. Yeah, I don't play with Soul Transfer too often, and I really, really have to get it in my head that it is sorcery. So another mana off the top would be huge because an Invoke Despair would just be disgusting. It would be really, really powerful. So powerful, in fact, that if they're anticipating it, then they might want to keep all their mana open. Keep a counterspell open. 5 mana. Raven Man with 3 open. That, ooh, Denick. Yep, here's the Esper Legendary. Nice, except they just, like, pumped their board full of creatures, and the bird token is actually huge for them, too. Man, is it just Evelyn here? Is it just Evelyn? No, probably not. Maybe. We know that they get rid of the bird. We get to draw 2 here. We're in danger. But we have Corpse Appraiser to block on the ground, and the Invoke Despair for next turn as well. So yeah, the bird off the Raven Man's pretty strong for them. Another mana, good, excellent. We're seeing a lot of our top end stuff, but it's not too bad. We do have the Rona's Vortex. I think this could go either way. I really do think that. Soaring City on the Appraiser. Oh, that's pretty bad though. Because this could be a lot of damage coming in next turn. Appraiser gets to come down successfully and take the Thalia. They go onto the Rafine here, which I wonder if it's going to be worth paying the extra in the wards to just say bye-bye to Rafine. The big problem about doing that? Yeah, there's a lot of problems here, huh? I guess it's going to come down to what we draw, because if we see like a Soul Transfer, then we'll want to use the Soul Transfer and the Appraiser, and we'll probably... Oh, the Appraiser can't target because of Denick. Cards in graveyards can't be targets of spells and abilities, which does stop the Appraiser. So if we see Soul Transfer, then we probably hit Denick. Raven Man in a Connive build is actually terrifying because they're going to generate another 1/1, and that stops Invoke Despair in its path. Ayo! Oh, man! That's gotta be it, right? That's gotta be it. Because we can't target with Corpse Appraiser. Not a lot we could do to stop that in the sky. Fable's good. We do Rona's Vortex to get rid of the... Yeah, the AO's gotta be the nail in the coffin. It's gotta be. We could get a blocker in the sky off the Sorin, and we could bounce with Rona's Vortex. That's one way to potentially survive here. We'll keep Rona's Vortex open to see what they end up doing with the Rafine. But I'm pretty sure we're just like super dead, and I'm really, I really want to get into another match here too, because it's kind of like I said, I have a lot of confidence in this build, guys. I really do. But man, the meta is terrifying. How's the meta been for you guys? Have you been seeing different decks? Are you guys seeing as much power as what we're seeing here? Yeah, splitting this up is pretty smart. It pretty much guarantees the victory since we only have the 2 mana open. We'd have to do something like now. They still have 3 mana open too, so this could be like a counter spell as well. Let's bounce the AO and drop the good game. Yeah, 40% win rate so far. I feel like we're drawing poorly, but that could be the deck's fault too. I think seeing early on here, like we had a pretty good hand overall, but seeing both of our Evelyns, we only have 2 of them, and then 2 of our Invoke Despairs, that's a lot of our top end, which really slowed us down at the beginning there. Whereas something as simple as having like a Make Disappear open for one of those turns could have really turned the game around, huh? So really something to think about. Let's go ahead, get one more match in, and see if we can actually compete. Try to bring this back up to a 50% win rate. Either way, vampires are pretty fun to play with, and this whole Grixis mid-range style of build is pretty cool. It's one of those types of decks where you feel like there's a lot of options. Uh-oh, guys. Uh-oh, no 3rd mana. Are we gonna draw it? We got 25 land in the deck. Let's do it. Let's risk it, huh? Come on. I mean, we got to take a risk every now and then. We'll see the mana. We'll see it right away. Oh, you know what we didn't get to see? Oh, Karn Sylex, huh? Yeah, that's a card we didn't get to see yet. Ooh, cool mountains. Yeah, Voldaren Epic here. Oh no, oh no, come on, come on. Yes, we got the mana. And it's 100% Karn Sylex this turn. Probably stops the opponent from playing anything next turn, which is pretty exciting. Oh, they're gonna play something maybe. Nope. They're gonna pass. Keep Lightning Strike open. We have blockers, Soul Transfer, Corpse Appraiser. Is it just Karn Sylex this turn? This is pretty scary because a Raiju could hit. It's Karn Sylex though, right? Yeah. Yeah. X is 1. Too bad we can't play anything else. Like if we drew another mana, for example, we'd be able to go for 1 and then also play Fable. Let's do this. X is 1. It's everything on the opponent's board. They're going to use the blood. Nope, they're not going to use the blood token. They like their hand. Maybe go up to 26 mana. There's the Raiju that we feared. Soul Transfer hits it, luckily. But a second Raiju would probably just be... Ooh, seeing the mana this turn, that's pretty gross. Because now everything's like everything's out of order. Yeah, second Raiju. Opponent, please. Mana off the top for an Invoke Despair would be huge. Oh, second Invoke Despair. Sorin gets us a lifelink blocker, which could be pretty good. Corpse Appraiser could help us find that mana. I think it's got to be Sorin here, guys, because this mono red build has us on the run, and we kept a hand that might not have been keepable with the a third Raiju. Opponent, please. Oh man, we're dead next turn unless we see something huge. We need to see something big. Like no, oh, we're dead this turn. What am I saying? Yeah, we can't. Oh no, we're good. We're good. The life gain happens before we're playing with fire. Oh man, hey, good game, opponent. We got wrecked today, guys. Good first games though. Good victories at the beginning. I'm pretty satisfied about that. 33% win rate, and that is probably not where the deck would land with more games, but maybe so, dude. That meta's terrifying. 3 Raijus for the opponent there was super lucky though, and I just had that win streak in the frog aggro, so that the game had to humble me a little bit today, huh? Let's go ahead. This is Vampire Midrange, or Grixis Midrange, whatever you want to call it. I think it's pretty solid, honestly. I do. I think that maybe 26 mana could be okay, but we also flooded out there in one of the matches too, so 25 should be fine. Just maybe not keep hands where, like, I kept that hand there where we only had 2 mana and nothing to play. We didn't have a cut down, we didn't have a vortex, we didn't have a make disappear. It was 2 mana and everything else was 3 or more. So it's a very risky hand to keep. We ended up keeping it. It kind of sort of worked out where we got the 3rd mana when we needed the Karn Sylex, but then you want that 4th mana almost immediately. You want it like right after, so it ended up still being a little bit too slow for that particular mono red build where they were just pumping out the Raijus. That was pretty devastating. I think if they didn't have all those Raijus, then we'd probably still be in that match, and it would probably be looking okay for us, but not that time round, huh? The mana overall is pretty, what was I going to say? Oh, the mana overall is pretty beautiful because, yeah, it just works, man. Like, for some reason, we didn't have any issues casting anything. We kept a couple hands where we didn't even have a blue source, which was 100% okay. It just ends up working out because really we're only splashing blue. It's not really a splash, I guess. It's more than a splash. Here's our blue cards, and then Evelyn can also be cast with blue too, technically, but it could also be a black as well. So, yeah, pretty good overall. The Karn Sylex, did we like that in that last game? Yeah, I think it was pretty good. I think the Sylex was pretty good. But I guess maybe the Path of Peril is still something to consider. Maybe. I don't know. I think Karn Sylex can hit a lot more, though. It's just a pretty slow board wipe, too. But it's also a pretty solid board wipe. And it's an artifact, so it works with, like, soul transfer and stuff, too. I don't know. Guys, let me know in the comments, what would you add or take out? Do you guys think that that today's win rate is where the deck would land? Because I personally don't think so. And there was that one loss too, where I think I could have played that one much better as well. I think that was the loss against Mono Black. I think that was the one where I could have done some better plays. So more practice with a deck like this, and I think we'd be able to bring up the win rate a little bit as well. But yeah, either way, if you made it this far into the video, then y'all are champions, and I super duper appreciate you, and I will see you in the next video.